Welcome everyone to the Credible Nerds podcast. This is Justin, and I'm here joined by my fellow nerd and fellow Star Wars expert, Aidan.
Hey guys.
And we're here to talk about Star Wars Celebration. This year it's Anaheim 2022, and so we have our tickets. We're ready to go. So we thought we'd talk a little bit about it in the weeks upcoming. But we have our tickets. We're ready to go, and this isn't our first celebration. We've been to probably, I think I've been to 5 and you've been to 3.
So this will be my 5th. I actually have a pin from last time.
Oh, yeah.
It's my 4th celebration last time, so this will be my 5th. I think you've been to one more than I have. It was Celebration Orlando that I didn't go to.
Right.
And you did.
So we went to 4. We went to 5. Then skipped 6. Mm-hmm. And then I went to we went to 7 in Anaheim. That was 2015, I believe.
Yeah.
Anaheim, same place that we're going this time. And then I went to 8 in Orlando and you didn't. And then we both went to 9 in Chicago.
Yeah, 2019 Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Now we're back again in Anaheim for this one. Celebration 10, I guess. They don't label them that way anymore, but
yeah, I think they just go by the year now.
Mm-hmm. Year and the place. So this one's Anaheim 2022. If you're like us and you bought tickets for the next celebration after Celebration Chicago in 2019, you bought tickets for Anaheim 2020, but then they canceled it due to COVID. So we all had our tickets. We're ready to go. They canceled it a couple months before, and now 2 years later, we're back. We're ready to go now. So we're excited to go. It's been a long time coming. We bought swag for the last one, t-shirts,
of course,
some pins, and then they canceled it. So we bought more swag for 2022. Maybe that was their plan all along. I don't know.
Yeah.
But to get as much money as they can out of us. But we're excited for Celebration 2022, and we'll be getting there Wednesday, and then there's some parties throughout the week. After parties, there's the Disneyland After Dark that we're going to go to.
Very excited about that. That's when everyone's going to be in their costumes. Normally Disney has pretty strict guidelines on the costumes you can bring in since their cast members have costumes.
Right.
But they're going to be a lot more lenient about theirs. And, I've been prepping for it, so I'm going to have mine.
Yeah, they've been letting adults, they will let adults dress up for this one when they normally don't. So. Yeah. So where are you going as?
So I have been working on a Mandalorian costume. I've been following the Mandalorian Mercs guidelines to try and get that approved. So regardless of if it's approved or not, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I'm getting it on there.
Yeah. Where are you at in that process with the Mercs?
Pretty much just, I've got everything ready. I just have to submit my pre-application, see what I need to approve or see what I need to fix. And then once they say, yeah, it's good, I'll put in my actual application pictures, see if it gets approved. So I'm right there. I have the bulk of it done. Regardless of if it's approved or not, if it's approvable, I'm really proud of it, and I would wear it to pretty much anything without shame.
Yeah, I've seen it, and it looks good.
Yeah.
Because you've been tweaking it probably the last 6 months, maybe?
Yeah, I did the bulk of it up until, December last year. And then I took a big break because of all the tweaking. It's hard just to do those small things. And then I finally got back into it, fixed a ton of stuff. And now I'm just, I don't know what I'm waiting for, honestly. I just need to take those pictures and.
Well, you're busy. You got work and all that stuff. But yeah, so you should be ready to go either way. And it looks good. So I think it's a pretty sweet costume. I have a Jedi costume that I've worn to past celebrations and conventions, and I'll see if I'm going to wear that or not, but it'll be a fun time regardless. So we have our badges for this year. We're waiting for them to come. I know I've seen some of them starting to pop up on Facebook groups and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're starting to send them out. From what have you seen the pictures of the new badges?
Yeah.
Okay. They look kind of, I don't know if cheap's the right word, but amateurish.
Yeah, it definitely, yeah. I agree. The lanyards that they have look really good.
Right, yeah.
But the badges themselves kind of look like last year's were, or not last year's, but The ones from Chicago, those were really cool,
Mm-hmm.
and they really put these ones to shame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, up until I think this is the first time all the badges have been characters. You know, if it's like with the sequels, there was Rey was always the main 4-day badge, you know, pass person that they used, and the Jedi Master was Luke for the VIP and things like that. So they've always used characters, and I think this is the first year they're going with locations.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be, and that's not the problem necessarily. It's that the locations look like they're just screenshots from the movie that they've printed on the badge, and it doesn't look as cool, at least from the ones that I've seen.
Yeah.
So I don't know if those are the legit ones though, but they seem to be pretty credible sources. Hopefully they look better in person, because they're not that great on online. So
Yeah, I mean, with locations compared to characters, like they're like characters are just so much more unique and recognizable. But you know,
yeah,
places like we have 10 desert planets. I mean, that's not the actual number, but
yeah,
too many desert planets. How are you supposed to recognize them each individually?
yeah. Oh, this one's Jakku, or is it Tatooine,
Yeah.
or is it Jeddah? You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I like if they pull it off well. It's an interesting idea. We'll see.
So this is what the celebration badges were for Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
They
Trying to pull it up here.
yeah.
There we go. So, yeah, there was an artist. I think I can't remember the name of the guy that did it, but he did a good job.
Yeah, they were really cool, and you were able to buy like a full set of them, right? They came to your house after celebration, of course.
Oh yeah.
But here are the badges some of the badges that were there for the art, and then they were like correspondent to which ticket you held,
Yeah.
like backstage or like employee, or if you had like a 2-day pass or something like that.
4-day and single day and kid, child, you know, all that stuff. But yeah, we were able to buy the whole set, and I actually have them framed. They're over there, but I bought a set of tickets or badges every year except for Celebration 6, since we didn't go to that one, and then 4. I didn't really think about it till Celebration 5, but they display great because they're great artwork, lots of good colors. Last time was with Chicago. They were light side, dark side. They kind of had that theme throughout the convention. You could like play a game or do points or something, and it was light side versus dark side. I don't know how that ended up. I didn't end up doing it.
Yeah, but it was cool. I did. They had like an app for it, and based on the places you went, there were like points you could get. This is my badge that I had from Celebration. It's Rey. Could have been cooler, but
yeah, the 5-day. That was the only convention they had a 5-day convention. They're usually 4, and they went back to 4. I think 5-day was a little too long. What do you think about the 5-day compared to the 4 days?
I don't know. I feel like with 4 days, we're going to wish there's a 5-day.
Yeah.
And with 5-day, we're going to be like, man, I wish there's 4-day. So I'd rather have more than less. But
True.
I definitely remember on the 5th day, we're like, just there because we have to be pretty much.
We paid the money, and our flight's not leaving until later in the day. Yeah. But it was fine. Like you said, more is probably better. But we were ready to go on that 5th day, but I wasn't complaining. I was like, oh, this sucks. I want to go. Yeah,
I imagine this one will be a little bit more packed with just things you can do. So we're going to wish there was 5 days. But, you know, Celebration 2019 in Chicago also was packed with stuff we could do. I remember our schedule was always like meticulously planned out so we could get to everything that we wanted.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why we wishing it was 4 days because we're just so worn out from everything that we did before.
Yeah.
Because there was still plenty to do on that 5th day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, seemed like they had a major panel every day in the morning with, episode 9 announcement, Mandalorian stuff, Clone Wars season 7 announcement with footage and
Jedi Fallen Order
Jedi
as
Fallen,
well.
Yeah. So every day was like this big deal. And then they had the 20th anniversary of Phantom Menace panel. Yeah. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, every day had a nice panel that everybody wanted to get into. And luckily we were able to do that. We got into all of them.
And with the last one too, it was right when they were starting to do like all the newer TV shows. Mm-hmm. Episode 9 was coming out.
We hadn't seen Mandalorian yet.
Yeah, they were ramping up like more games and stuff because at the time we just had Battlefront 2 really. Yeah. Like Battlefront, the first one had come out a couple of years before that, but Battlefront 2 was the only good Star Wars game that was recent. And then they had they announced Jedi Fallen Order, and that was exciting.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So with that in mind, we'll go through the panels for Anaheim 2022, but we're only going to do Thursday because there's actually quite a pretty big list of panels. So we'll just go through the Thursday ones, and then we'll have another episode of Friday and then Saturday and so on. But some of the highlights. So we talked about how in the previous celebrations, especially in the last one, they would have a major panel with footage from movies, animated shows, and all that each day. But this year, it looks like they're having one big one. It's the Lucasfilm Studio Showcase on Thursday at 11 a.m. And they're going to have that live on the main celebration stage. And then they'll stream it to 2 other stages, the Galaxy and Twin Suns stages. But they're going to have everybody there, it looks like. They'll have special guests to talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor, and The Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. So I imagine, since Ewan McGregor is going to be there signing autographs that Thursday, Friday, I believe, or he'll be there that week. So I imagine he'll be there for that panel. So that'd be cool. And then Andor, I would imagine some of the cast will be there for that. And then The Mandalorian, Dave Filoni, Pedro Pascal, those guys.
That's probably, besides Kenobi coming out, that's probably the biggest show that's going to be out because there's so much setup. So they have to have something big for it. Yeah.
So, but it's all this big show, all these big shows in one panel that's an hour and a half.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that they're doing that, honestly, because like every item in that list, I mean, honestly, I'm not super stoked for Andor. Obviously I'm gonna watch it because it's Star Wars. Right. But like Cassian Andor is a cool character in Rogue One, but I don't really see the hype for him, like to have a whole series. Right. But I mean, even just the Mandalorian and Kenobi being in the same panel is crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
Especially with Kenobi coming out while we're there. So
yeah, comes out the next day.
Yeah, and that's going to be 2 episodes. First they had it at the 25th, which we thought was
weird.
Yeah, I was like, why? Why are you doing that before Celebration? But also, I guess it would kind of suck to be at Celebration and have Star Wars coming out, but then they did that anyways. Yeah. But
it was a perfect opportunity to be like, okay, here's this exclusive panel. We're going to show you at least like the first episode. Yeah. The day before.
And before everyone else can see it.
Because you're the true Star Wars. I don't know if true Star Wars fans. But you're big Star Wars fans. And you spent all this money to get here. Let's show you the first episode.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, it is also like, I don't know. It is only an hour and a half. So I was going to say maybe they would show something, but
yeah, I'm sure they'll show a couple clips, maybe 5 minutes or something, 10 minutes. But I mean, they're also going to show us clips from Andor and The Mandalorian season 3. So yeah, it has to share the spotlight. Instead of giving a whole panel dedicated to that. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a bad idea. I'm glad we're seeing something, but it could be better in my opinion.
Yeah, I like more focused panels.
Yeah.
I maybe if it was like a 2-hour panel, but an hour and a half for 3 big shows coming out is lame. Honestly,
it's only going to be like 20 minutes per series that we'll get to talk about. Anyway, so there's that. That's the big one. If you can't get in to, I imagine they'll show it in the celebration stage will be in that big auditorium, like movie theater type place. And then they'll stream it to a couple other rooms.
Yeah, so they have it streaming to the Galaxy stage and the Twin Sun stage, which I imagine are just 2 smaller stages right next door.
Yeah. If it's in that same theater we were at when we saw the Force Awakens trailer for the first time, that's a pretty big space.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a 2 double level, maybe 3, it's pretty round, and there's plenty of room in that space if that's where they're going to have it. But we'll see. And then another interesting one is Attack of the Chords, the music of episode 2 with David W. Collins. It is the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones this year, so they are having a few episode 2 panels dedicated specifically to episode 2. And if you haven't heard the podcast, Star Wars Oxygen from Rebel Force Radio, or he's done his own thing as well. I didn't really follow him after that, but with Rebel Force Radio Star Wars podcast, it's been around for a while. He and one of the hosts there did a series on all of the Star Wars movies, and kind of broke down the different styles and themes and all the music throughout the whole movie. And each movie had like 3 or 4 episodes to talk about them. So it's pretty in-depth, pretty lengthy, very, very interesting. One of my most favorite series of podcasts that I've ever listened to. Of course, I'm a big movie soundtrack guy.
Yeah.
And David W. Collins does a great job of his musical knowledge. Is awesome. He actually did a Harry Potter one, the first Harry Potter movie. That was the soundtrack was done by John Williams. He did one of those at Salt Lake Fan X or Salt Lake Comic Con a couple years back, and that was pretty awesome. So he's just really good at his musical knowledge and how things work. He studies John Williams, I guess, and it's pretty good. Have you ever listened to those podcasts? Or
yeah, I remember you put me onto it in the car one time, and you're like, dude, this is all about Star Wars music. You'd love this. Because in high school and middle school, I was big into band. I love music, and I love Star Wars. So talking about my 2 favorite things right there, it can't get much better than that. So I listen to those podcasts like back to back almost, because they are so good. He knows so much about music and so much about Star Wars at the same time that it's just it's so compelling. Yeah. You're engaged the whole time.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So I'm excited to see that in person.
Yeah, it's an hour, so he won't be as in depth as those podcast episodes, but still, I'm sure he'll bring out the highlights. It'll be good either way. So if you were thinking about that one, I definitely recommend that one based on what I've heard already. So then there's a publishing panel, same time, 1:00. From adult novels to kids comics, from the time of the High Republic to the rise of the First Order. They're going to talk about all the different books, comic books, novels, graphic novels, everything. So I like Star Wars books. I haven't been too hot on them in the past couple years, probably. But historically, I've really enjoyed the Star Wars books. So I don't know if I'll check that out. And then an audience with the Emperor.
Yeah.
Ian McDiarmid will be hosting a panel talking about his experiences. I've been to one of his panels in the past, celebrations, and he's fun to talk or listen to, and if you have a chance to talk to him, it'd be great. But yeah, what do you think about that one, Nate?
I think that one's gonna be so cool. I remember the episode 9 panel in Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh man, that that was a crazy panel.
Yeah.
They were showing the trailer
For the first time.
for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Before it had released on TV, they released it right after that.
Yeah.
But you hear his voice
At the very end.
At the very end, and then he walks out. Like
Yeah.
the trailer plays, and then he's like, "Roll it again."
Yeah.
And you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then he walks onto stage, and you're like, "What?"
He's here.
Yeah. And you see Emperor Palpatine in the trailer, right?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I think you just hear his laugh there at the end.
Yeah, that's what it was.
For that teaser one.
And that's when you're like, "What?"
He's back.
Yeah. And then he walks onto stage.
Yeah.
Right after that,
Yeah.
and he's a performer for sure.
Yeah. And that you can see video of that whole thing on our YouTube channel here because we were there and took video of it.
Of course.
And you can see the whole panel, and then we also isolated just like that last trailer, those last showing of the trailer, and then him coming out and saying "Roll it again." And so yeah, check that out on our YouTube channel. So yeah, he's got some great stories. He's been with Star Wars since 1982.
Yeah.
That's what, 40 years.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So he's pretty awesome. They're doing a Star Wars collectibles update. Prop replicas, statues. So probably sideshow stuff. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That one's an hour and a half. So, and it's hosted by Lucasfilm's Brian Merton. Then they're doing a High Republic panel, which is their new push for the new timeline, I guess. New part of the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of years before the movies.
Yeah. So they've had a couple books, or a few books, a few comic books. I haven't even touched any of it. I've heard some things about it. I've seen some like concept art and stuff, and it does look really cool. So maybe I'll get into the comic books. Star Wars books are hard for me to read because of how visual Star Wars is.
Right.
So with the comic books, I think I'll get into those, and especially for this panel because I think it'll be a cool panel to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely Star Wars is a visual medium, and the graphic novels are much better. It takes a good writer to come up with a good Star Wars story in novel form.
Yeah.
I haven't read High Republic either. When it first came out, they released, a couple books, and then months later, another couple books. And my thought process is, well, I want to wait till we get a good amount of books out so I don't have to wait months and months for the next one and forget about some of the story, that sort of thing. So I think we're finally getting to that point.
Yeah.
Where
I would say so.
So I might start picking that up and seeing how it goes at first, at least. And maybe that panel will help me get a little more excited about it if we end up going to it.
Yeah.
So those are the main ones. Do you see any other ones that look interesting?
Yeah, so there's the High Republic, and then there's also Crash Course into the Old Republic. I already know a lot about the Old Republic because that's, in my opinion, the most Star Wars bit of Star Wars that there is.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the part where you see tons of Jedi and tons of Sith with tons of Republic troopers and tons of Empire troopers just fighting all at the same time. I'm like, yeah, that's Star Wars.
Right.
I've played Knights of the Old Republic too many times.
You're currently playing the Old Republic, right?
Yep, I'm playing the Old Republic MMO. I actually just got off playing that to do this podcast.
Right.
But that's my favorite. So I'm still really interested in this panel, even though I could probably give this panel.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Old Republic, like anything about the Old Republic, is worth checking into. So this panel would be worth checking into.
I think one of the biggest fan suggestions that I've heard throughout the years is, what about the Old Republic?
Yeah.
When are we going to see movies about the Old Republic? Why don't they do a trilogy with that or series of movies about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we hear nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're redoing the Knights of the Old Republic. I'm not sure exactly. They haven't really said what that's going to be, have they? Is it just a remaster or a new story?
The only thing that we have heard about it is that it's going to be a remake. And what people suspect is that they're doing the same story with updated graphics and updated combat style.
Right.
Because the combat style in Knights of the Old Republic, as much as I love it, is outdated and not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It can be really frustrating because it's based on like roll of the die. So it's based on probability. You can upgrade like it's Knights of the Old Republic is basically a board game made into a video game.
As like the D&D style.
Yeah, exactly.
Rules and all that.
So it's based on turns and probability and...
Yeah, and it takes a minute to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, back in the day when it came out, I remember, I played 1 and 2, and back in the day, it was a little tedious. It can be tedious at times, based on that combat style.
Yeah. The story in both of them is flawless,
right,
in my opinion.
Good stories.
It's so good. And it's so like variable too, because you can be the best Jedi, like you can make all of the best light side choices and just be like a real Jedi master, or you can be just the Sithest Sith.
Yeah.
Or you could be right in the middle too.
Yeah.
It sucks being right in the middle because you don't get anything cool, but like you can do whatever you want essentially in those games, and it changes the story drastically and the outcome for both of those games just so drastically. And if they updated the graphics, and like there is still such a huge following to this day. I'm in a few groups on like Reddit and Facebook, and there are thousands of members in in those groups, and people still play that game. 20-year-old game. It came out the first one came out in 2002, and then the next one came out in 2004 or 5. I don't remember. So I was a baby when these came out,
like 3 or 4. So you were watching me play. Yeah,
and I watched you play. I played them when we had the original Xbox. Back then, I didn't understand anything. So I'm glad it's still good for me to play, so I can understand it and really get the depth that it has.
That shows just how good of a game it is. Because what other 20-year-old games are people playing? There's a couple.
Halo?
Yeah.
That's
StarCraft is kind of big. I think.
Yeah, like those MMOs that they just keep working on, like World of Warcraft. But like you said,
there's
just
not a lot.
That many.
Yeah, and it's top tier for sure. Like I've never talked to anybody who said, "Oh, I hated that game."
Yeah,
there might be those people out there, but I've never.
They're wrong.
Yeah, because usually on Facebook or the social media, if someone posts, "Oh, I liked this,"
someone's gonna
100 people are gonna say, "No, that sucks."
But 100,000 people are gonna say this is awesome.
Yeah, but you never see that with the Old Republic or Knights of the Old Republic. So yeah, it's a good game. So hopefully this remaster, the remake, whatever it ends up being, pushes that game even further, makes it that much more fun, interesting, and enjoyable.
I don't care if it's the same exact story. If they did updated graphics and updated combat style, I would play that game 1,000 more times. Not that I'm not going to play that game 1,000 more times.
Right. Well, Star Wars Celebration is the perfect time to give us more information about that.
I really hope so.
And I don't think there's not a panel on Thursday about that.
Yeah, not that I saw.
And I don't remember seeing one in the future, but I mean, they're missing the boat if they don't do that.
Yeah, I am glad that they're doing something about the Old Republic in general, because it now, especially, it is such a big part of Star Wars. It's not just a couple games. Like the Old Republic has been going for years now. Yeah. There's so many expansions. They have books too. Like they have the Old Republic series. They have the Bane series, which is set right after Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Well, part of it's during and then after when he initiated the rule of 2. It kind of blends in there, but it's still a really good game or book series. But like they have the Old Republic series that's connected straight into the books. And then I think they have a Revan book as well.
Yep.
I haven't read that one. I think I tried to start it, but got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool that they're doing
some
something
stuff
there.
Yeah, that would be a good one to go to. I'm sure we'll go to that one because you and Mark, our other host, he's big into the Old Republic, so I can see us going to that one for sure.
Yeah.
There's some kid stuff, origami stuff, meet a droid, build a lightsaber, those type of things. So if you have kids and you want to know what to do, there's plenty of things. I remember when we went to Celebration 4 and 5, there was a kids room, and we spent half the time there with you guys, just having fun.
Yeah,
so.
I do remember. I remember making masks and little lightsabers and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah. Another cool one, Star Tours at 35. I don't know if I'll go. That sounds interesting. I don't know if I'll go to it though. I like Star Tours, but I like the new Star Tours. So if it's more focused on the new one, the new version of it, I'd be more interested in that. There's a Mandalorian Works panel.
I think that is. Oh yeah.
You gonna go to that?
Yeah, we have to. If I'm wearing my Mando costume.
Well, that's at noon.
Oh yeah.
And that main panel is to 12:30. So
guess we gotta miss it.
Yeah, I think they do it one a day, or more than once at least.
Makes sense. I mean, the Mandalorian mercs are just a big part of Star Wars now too.
Yeah,
like
501st and Rebel Legion, they're all big.
And Mandalorian mercs in the 501st. 501st has a few panels too. I don't think they have one on Thursday, but I think I saw one on Saturday, where they talk about their costume club. But those are the two biggest ones, and like if you're into Star Wars, you're into that.
Yeah. Yep. There's a mythology of Star Wars, behind the facts and the fiction, hosted by a Star Wars expert, Dan Zaire, who does Coffee with Kenobi podcast. So he'll be doing that. What else? Anything stick out to you?
So this one kind of sticks out. The lightsaber training with Saber Guild. That is on the Star Wars Kids stage, but they do. So the Saber Guild is about like actual lightsaber battles, like dueling and stuff. It's basically Star Wars martial arts, and it's a pretty big group and following in the Star Wars community. This one's for the kids, but they do have a few other panels in the rest of Celebration that I saw.
Okay.
I would be interested in checking out at least one of them for a little bit. There was another one that I saw. There's a collector's stage, and there's a few panels just about collecting. This one, the Mandalorian Motion and Energy.
Yeah, I was just looking at that one. It's in the STEAM classroom, so it's kind of science-based, real life type stuff, how that applies to making the effects, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So I think this one is about like obviously the motion technology used by the Mandalorian, because obviously Grogu isn't real and jetpacks don't exist, so they need that.
Yeah.
So it'll be a cool one. And then there was also, I thought this one was I don't know the word, but pretty unique. Let's see. It was the history of Kenner's rocket firing Boba Fett.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Is Steve Sansweet presenting that one? Or, I mean, he seems to be the expert on that.
Let's see. Doesn't say, but I imagine if he's the expert, then he's there.
I mean, he has one, maybe two at his ranch. So someone stole one of them. But anyway, yeah, that one looks cool. That's at 4:30, so later in the day.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'm liking the, where was it? Shoot. Fandom through the generations. I don't know. I like the idea, but I've lived it, so I don't need to go to a panel about it.
Yeah.
The art of Star Wars poster collecting, 70s
yeah.
to modern. That's the one I was looking at.
That's the one for you.
I mean, I got Star Wars posters out the
As you
wazoo.
can see over there.
I got some behind me. You can't really see it on camera, but there's a bunch right there.
Over there.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah. Got too many. I can't hang them up. I can't hang all of them up. So I want to go to that and see more. So that's always my struggle when I go to Celebration is I want to get a poster or two. I want to get the keynote or the key art poster. And then I'm like, well, that one looks cool too. I want to get that one. I always get Brian Rude's posters or prints. I don't know if he's doing one this year, but I have a setup downstairs in the nerd room, the man cave, of Brian Rude's posters. So I'm always looking for a new one.
Oh, it looks like they have on the Star Wars Kids stage, a panel with Ashley Eckstein. She's doing mindful exercises.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. She's kind of been into mental health lately, past year or so. Mental Health Mondays. And so that fits in just good with that. There's history of Star Wars cosplay. Oh, that's Friday. We're getting into Friday. Never mind. So, yeah. Star Wars original props and costumes. They usually have a display with that every celebration, so that'd be cool to swing by again.
Yeah.
But those are the big ones that we were liking.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Is that a good first day? Good Thursday to start off Celebration, or?
I think they're starting it off with a bang.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be good. Just that one. I mean, that first panel is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But they could be more awesome.
Yeah.
Like breaking it out.
It's cool that they're doing it, but I wish they would do more of it.
Yeah. Because what are we going to see Friday? What's on the schedule for Friday?
Yeah.
A little teaser here.
We got Luke's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like anything, like you said, Star Wars cosplay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. That's weird. They're not having a big panel on? Oh, here it is. It's at 2, actually. Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary celebration.
That's right. Yeah, that's what it was.
So that's Friday. Definitely be going to that one, hopefully. So as far as, we'll talk a little bit about the panels, how you get into them. Starting with Celebration Anaheim. Anaheim 2015 was just packed. There were so many people. I think they oversold. There was just so many people there. And there was quite a few panels that we were looking at getting in. We'd go to, an hour before because we knew we had to wait in line, and the line was already
wrapped around.
There's no way you're getting in.
Yeah.
So, so after that, they started revamping things, and in Chicago, they did the lottery system where they send you an email, those that have bought tickets, and you have to respond and enter your email, and they do a lottery, and then they send you an email saying you were chosen to go to this panel.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the main celebration stage, or you're going to the Twin Suns stage, or the other one for the streaming part.
Yeah. So
you may get in. Luckily in Chicago, we got into all the big ones.
Yeah.
So we were lucky that way. But we'll see. We'll see if we can get into these or not. So be disappointed if we don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's the trade-off. I did appreciate the lottery system because it was guaranteed that you're in it. And you don't have to wait in a huge long line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you still have to wait in a line to get in there, but like 15 minutes before you get in.
Yeah, and you're getting in, so you're not like freaking out or stressed out about it.
Exactly. But on the other hand, if you don't get in the lottery, you're not getting into the panel. There's no chance.
Yeah. You have to make trades or something with people.
Mm-hmm.
You get in, because they're also doing that with the swag, the exclusive, so maybe make some trades.
Yeah, and I hope there's just like a good efficient way to get that all done, because I feel like last time was a little bit hard to find all of your panels So like lottery stuff. So
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be cool if they had like a list of just like boom, 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 boom of all the stuff you have.
Yeah. Instead of sending you individual emails that you have to track down.
Yeah, because like they're gonna have the app. They do that every year. So I think it'd be a nice addition to have a tab where you can just see everything that you have instead of scrolling through, seeing all your QR codes. And
yeah. That's a good idea. So, but it's Reed Pop. I mean, we've been dealing with Reed Pop since, I don't know, 2009 when me and Mark went to New York Comic Con, and even before that with Celebration 5, I think. No, they weren't doing that at that point, but yeah, I mean, they've been around for a long time, and you think they'd figure it out by now, but every year there's always some fiasco. So
yeah.
but so that's the first day. What are you looking forward to? They're also doing the autograph signings. Ewan McGregor's coming, like we said earlier, but he's already sold out. He sold out the first day, within the first 24 hours, for a $300 autograph and photo op. But there's still quite a few other good actors. I think I have a lot of them, and so I'm not really going to do that this year, because I did that a lot in Chicago, and I ended up waiting in lines for hours.
It was a long time, yeah.
And I felt like I was missing stuff, so I'm not going to do that this year. Maybe one or two, but
yeah,
nothing big.
We have so many autographs too, so
yeah. I mean, it would have been nice to get a Ewan, but because I don't have that one yet. But it's $300.
It's okay. We have the other Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah,
Clone Wars Obi-Wan.
James Arnold Taylor. Yeah, yeah. So I was gonna say we have Alec Guinness. What? I wish I did. So maybe someday. But because you can buy him on the black market, or not the black market, Facebook groups. But yeah. Anyways, so there's autographs. What are you looking forward to that first day? Besides panels.
Well, just the main floor, the main celebration floor.
Yeah.
I love how they set it up. It's just chaos in there.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful chaos.
Yeah.
Because it's Star Wars everywhere. You see all the costumes and the cool stuff that people have, the droids that people build. I think that is so cool every single year.
Yeah.
And just seeing the pins that you can get to. They've done pin trading for a while now, like past few celebrations.
Yeah, since 2015, I think was the first one.
Yeah, and it's a huge part of Celebration now. I think they had quite a bit in Chicago. And variants galore.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The
The most pins they've ever had, then they had the variants.
Yeah.
Like 5 or 6.
Yeah. They had like Rex and Force Ghost Yoda. And I just remember trying to find helmetless Rex.
Yeah. They had Old Ben.
Yeah.
Young Ben, Old Ben. Young Han, Old Han. I don't remember which one was the variant, but
yeah.
Took us a while to get those ones, but we got them.
We got them all.
Yeah. And then some.
Yeah, we have plenty. And one of my favorite parts was just the booths that people have. There was the one booth where where we both got the collection of Boba Fett pins. I have them all here. It was kind of a lesser known thing.
Yeah.
And if you got the first one, then you could come back and get the rest of them. But if you didn't get that first one, you couldn't get the rest of them, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, cool. I have all the Boba Fetts right here.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool. They're on the wall behind you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look right.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, they came with the
cards.
The cards that are like the action figure cards that they have for the Kenner figures.
Yeah, so there's lots of opportunities to get the free stuff. We got free pins, and also on the wall above Princess Leia, there's those cards. I don't think the card people were there last time, but previous ones, you go to their booth every day and they give you an exclusive card, and like those ones up there.
Yeah.
So, you just gotta look for free stuff, and that's one thing I love about Celebration. There's a lot of free stuff.
Yeah, so much.
And so you can have fun just collecting the free stuff. I know I'm also part of a Facebook group like Star Wars swag collectors or something like that. And tons of people are making pins and buttons and patches and, those type of things and other miscellaneous things. And they're bringing hundreds of them to just trade with people. And it's free.
Yeah.
So,
like one I have here, I think a couple of these were from like the actual Celebration people, but we have Celebration Chicago Boba Fett.
mm-hmm.
It's his helmet right here.
Oh yeah, that was a booth exclusive, and I think it was like $10, maybe 20.
Yeah.
So not too pricey, and yeah.
And then I wonder if they're gonna do one for the Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Because we have the Phantom Menace Darth Maul right here.
Yeah.
That was a booth exclusive as well.
Yeah, from Norse Legion.
Yeah, that one was cool. And then this Darth Maul from Celebration. It's got the Crimson Dawn logo behind him.
Yeah.
And then there was an Admiral Akbar one that I didn't get, but I think you got.
Yeah, I got that one. I might have gotten two. If I have two, I'll give you one.
Okay.
But yeah, and so you don't have to like collect the whole set of 50 pins at $20 a piece.
Yeah.
You can just go to these booths and get one for 20 or whatever it is.
And they're all just cool pins. Like, yeah, these are ones that I'll like. You can, well, maybe you could give me a good amount of money for them, but yeah, I definitely appreciate them more in my.
Yeah, it's just fun to kind of walk around and see what people got. Everyone has their own booths that they're selling, merchandise. Selling action figures and busts and statues and clothes galore. So there's all that stuff. But then, people just have exclusive personal items that they've created or have the opportunity to sell from their booth. So definitely wander around. I like what you said, just seeing the floor.
Yeah.
That first day, just walking around the floor and see what's there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. We always try to sneak in like the Wednesday night.
Yeah.
We show up to the building, kind of, they let you up to a certain point, and then you can kind of look around and see what's over there. But there's been a couple of times where we've gotten past and snuck in.
Yeah, not
kind of wandered around,
snuck in, but they let us in because there's not anything you can do there.
Yeah,
you just walk around, see people setting up, and
so it's good to see where things at, so you can do know where you're going basically.
Yeah.
So I like that first day is just everything's exciting, tons of people, everyone's having a good time and going to the panels. So yeah, just that anticipation. I agree. So, but yeah, that's Star Wars Celebration 2022 starting on actually May 26th. Thursday we'll be there, Wednesday May 25th, and hanging out till Monday, the following Monday. If you do want to meet up, just send us an email. We'll try and hang out with some podcasters as well. We'll be going to the Rebel Force Radio party Thursday night.
Yeah.
We're
going to get tickets for that.
Yeah. And we'll try and, just hang out with some other podcasters, get to know them and stuff. Go to the podcast stage. They do have a podcast stage specifically for Star Wars podcasters. So a lot of them will be there and you can hang out with them. We're not going to be there doing podcasting.
We're not big enough yet.
That, and I want to see the stuff.
Yeah.
I'd hate to be like stuck on the stage for a couple hours when there's things going on that I want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, let us know if you want to meet up or say hi or something. We want to do the same. We want to get to know Star Wars fans and connect with everybody. We want to have a good time. And I've learned that it's great to buy stuff. It's great to go to these panels. But I've met some friends, some people that I'm still friends with, 10 years later, have had good experience with strangers, and you just become friends because of Star Wars. So it's definitely worth to get out of your shell and just be friendly, because 99.9% of the people there are friendly and are having a good time. Yep. So don't be shy. Go up to people, just talk to them about Star Wars. And that's what the beauty of this convention is all this stuff is cool, but the relationships and the opportunities to meet new people is even better. So definitely do that. But any final thoughts on first day of celebration?
Just wish it was tomorrow.
Yeah. Luckily it's only a month away, but still a long ways out too long. Yeah, so thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And we will have a second episode of Friday, day 2, May 27th. We'll get that. We'll see if Mark can join us then. He'll be there. And we'll talk more Star Wars. So thanks for joining us, and may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.